Hi guys, welcome back. I'm here with my cat Luna, and today we're going to do an exciting video. Well, less exciting for the viewers, more exciting for me, and that is an unboxing video because I just bought a new palette from Tarte, and it's the one I talked about in a previous video about how I really wanted it and was probably going to buy it. I ended up buying it, and it came in the mail today, as well as an order I placed a long time ago from Cleona Cosmetics for one of their jeweled multichromes. They both came in the mail at the same time, so that's kind of fun. So I thought I'd do an unboxing and do a look with those and give you my first impressions of them. I put that blanket on the counter because I was hoping Luna would stay with us, but I'm not sure she's going to. She seems a little restless. Okay, so let me start with the Cleona one. I've already technically unboxed this one just because they wrap it up so tightly in bubble wrap that it was going to be like an hour-long video of me trying to struggle to get the bubble wrap off. But I got the shade Kiln, and this is what it looks like. So I'm trying to get, I don't know if my camera will focus. It looks like it's not gonna. Let's see if I can. Come on, camera. Come on, camera. It looks like it's not gonna focus really, but it's like the best I can do. But as you can see, it's kind of like a pinky red that shifts into like a yellowy green. So I'm really, really excited to try this. This might be the one I'm gonna try and do a look with both that and the Tarte palette for tonight. I'm having a couple friends over and we're doing like some gingerbread house building and stuff, so it's a perfect opportunity for me to do like a nice festive, like bold, like holiday look. So got my coffee as usual. All right, so here's the Tarte box, so I'll just get right into it. So I ordered two things actually, and that's mainly because I was like close to getting the free shipping or whatever. So it came with a little sample of some primer. I've already put my primer and like my foundation and stuff on today, so I'm not gonna use this primer today, but I will use it and give it a try. So first let me show you the first thing I bought. It's these little, it was a double, like a 2-pack of these little mini lipsticks. It's called the Tartiste Lip Wardrobe Volume 2. And it comes with 2 different shades here, just in like the little mini size. So the reason I got these is because I did actually get one of these. I'm just gonna pull it out of my bag here. I got one of these in like a Sephora birthday gift or something like that before, and this is in the shade Birthday Suit. It's like the nude kind of color, and I really like how it performs, and I actually like that it's so small. I know like some people think that you're not getting as much product, so it's not as good value and stuff like that. But how many of you actually get to the bottom of a lip product? Like I know for me personally, maybe it's because I got no lips, but it takes me like I don't think I've ever, it's very rare that I finish a lip product completely, just because it either goes bad before I do, or like I just get bored of it or something. So I actually like that these are in the mini size because I feel like now I've got like a pretty good shade range. I've got like a nude from the birthday gift. One that's like a little bit of a it's still kind of a nude, but when I put them on, like I'm so pale that they don't really look nude on me. They're more of like there's more color to them than they look. So I've got like a peachy orangey one in the middle there, and then I've got this more true pink kind of one on the end. So that's kind of, those are the 3 that I have now. These are the 2 that came in the set though. So it's like the more orangey nude one, and then the pink one. So I got I thought it was a pretty good deal. I think these might have been on sale or something, and it was, like I said, it was just an add-on so that I could get to the free shipping. But I'm pretty sure it was also on sale, so it was a pretty good deal. I'd love to get a few more colors of these little lip paints, but I don't think you can buy like the mini size, like except in these like little mini like set type things. Like I don't think you can just individually buy like a mini one, and I don't think I would want to spend a lot of money and buy like a full-size one, because like I said, I never go through it. So that's the first thing. Don't know if I'm gonna try these with my look today. It depends how the look turns out. Like I don't know, we'll see. And now for the palette. So if you saw my video about the new releases that I really wanted to try, then you know that this was like my most favorite, most wanting to try product. And I also am still kind of surprised that no one's talking about this. Like, I don't know why, but like I watch a bunch of other beauty YouTubers and stuff, and like nobody seems interested in this. Nobody's even mentioned it. It's not on anybody's radar. But I don't know why, because I think it's super pretty. So now that I have it in person, like I can kind of show you guys, even though my camera is the worst. Ooh, it's actually focusing. Whoa, wasn't that special? Okay, sort of. I mean, it went in and out of focus a little bit there, but you get the gist. So it's pretty much what I expected. No real surprises with anything there. I'm gonna open it up. It's a little bit tricky to open. Like, the packaging isn't, it's not bad, but it's like, I wish that it opened a little easier. Oh, there's a little plastic sheet that I need to move, but how pretty is that? I'm so excited. I don't have a lot of warm shades actually, so this was like a really good addition to my collection. I feel like I have a well-rounded collection now. And I think for my look today, it's gonna go well with the Cleona shade that I got. Like, the Cleona shade's a little more like really, really bright pink in the right lighting. And these are a little more like, these are a little more orange. So I'll try and hold them up next to each other. So as you can see, like, I might have to stick to the more red-orange ones up there to kind of tie it in, but when it like shifts to that orangey color, the Cleona one, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. So, yeah, so I'll just get started with my look. Get rid of this. Got my mirror here. So I'm going to put the Cleona one to the side for now, because I'm going to just do that like an all over the lid, like center of the lid kind of look at the end. Because I've heard that they're not super blendable. You just kind of pack them on. So I'm going to get started with this. All right. It does close like very tightly, so I'm going to have to get used to that. So I'm going to start. I just cleaned my brushes yesterday too, so they're all like nice and clean, because I'm not gonna lie, I don't clean them every time I use them or anything. Like, I probably only clean them like every few uses. I think my camera's a bit high. That's better. And yes, I have wet hair. I don't really care. My hair is, anyone out there who has curly hair like me, really thick curly hair, knows the struggle. Like, it's just, it takes forever to dry, and I'm not gonna stand there for like 20 minutes with a hairdryer. So 20 minutes is like probably not even long enough to dry my hair. It takes so long. Okay, and I'm gonna do another second video if you're interested in seeing like the swatches from this palette. Right after I film this one, I'm gonna film like a swatch video so you can see every color that I use. Well, every color in here, I should say, not just the ones I use. So tune into that if you like. So I'm gonna start with this color here. The colors are named, they're on the back here, but so I guess it's kind of hard to understand though, like correspondingly, because they just show like a little chart. So it's like, I think this is the shade Be Positive. So let's see how it performs. It's a matte kind of, just gonna use it to set my primer and stuff. Give it a bit of a base here. It's hard to judge like really anything based on this first, you know, just putting on an all over the lid kind of skin toned shade. I mean, so far so good, but like I said, those aren't really the best shades to really judge. Like, it's a matte. I mean, it's so close to my skin color, it's hard to even tell how pigmented it is at this point. Okay, so now that I've got that in, I'm gonna go in with, so I'd like to like deepen up, do like kind of a crease color, and then I'm gonna sort of do a cut crease before I put the Cleona one on top. So just looking at that next to, trying to find the one that's gonna best go with the Cleona shade. which is more of like a very pinky. I think I'm gonna go with this deep red kind of honeycombed one right there for the crease. It's also a matte shade, but we'll see how it goes. I love imprints on the shadows, but then I like hate that I have to touch them and ruin it. You know what I mean? Like I'm always like, I don't want to touch that shade because like I don't want to ruin the pretty design on it. Like, am I a freak for thinking that? Maybe. Okay, so this is nice. I mean, it's blending really well. Like it's blending really out really well. Like it doesn't just like go patchy or anything like that. So that's really nice. Let's put a little more on here. Yeah, it's a really pretty like soft pink coral shade almost. I think it's gonna look good with the Cleona shadow. All right, let's see. Seems buildable. Like I'm putting on a couple layers here and it's like deepening up a little bit. Yeah, I quite like that. I want to take it like pretty high up, like near my brow bone, just because I know once I put the Cleona one on top, it's gonna kind of cover a lot of it. So just gonna keep on packing that on. Yeah, this is really pretty, and I feel like even for like a springtime color, like today I'm obviously pairing it with like a really bold like multichrome, so it's gonna look really dramatic by the time I'm done and like very holiday. But I feel like if you just went in with like a lighter kind of lid color and with this coral color, like it would look really cute in the springtime actually. I love how blendable this seems to be. Like it's really blending out quite well. I'm not super worried obviously about blending it in like down the lid because I'm gonna be going over that part anyways, so it's more just blending it up like towards the brow bone that I'm like most concerned about, and it seems to be doing a pretty good job, so that's good. All right, yeah, I like that so far. That's good. Okay, so now I want to take well, I'll do the other eye I guess, but I'm still trying to figure out what I want to, kind of doing this on the fly, and I don't want to bore you guys too much, but because it's going to take some time for me to do the other eye. So I'm going to just start doing the outer corner of this eye too, just so you can see where I'm kind of going with this look. So back to the palette here. I think I'm going to use the dark brown, the one down here in this corner here, that very dark brown, just to deepen up the outer V, like the outer corner. This is another matte shade. All of the ones I've used so far are mattes because I'm kind of hoping to use the Cleona one as the only sort of textured shade, because I feel like mixing something as intense as that Cleona shadow with more textured shadows is just gonna look like overkill, and it's gonna just be very busy looking. So far just mattes on this look. I am excited to try some of the shimmers in this palette, just I'm not going to today just because I'm, like I said, incorporating another way dramatic shadow. So this is looking pretty good. Need to blend that out a little more. Okay. And I think once I put the lid shade on, I might go back into the inner corner with like a yellow or something, because I know that that Cleona shadow kind of pulls a lot of yellows in the undertones or whatever, the shift. So I might do something like that as well, but Let's just get this going here. I'm trying to do this quickly just because I know I take a really long time to do my makeup, and I'm trying to keep my videos relatively short, but like I'm not fast at doing makeup. It takes me quite a long time to get like to really perfect the look that I want. So apologies for that. But I am quite happy with how these shades are blending like with the Tarte palette. Like so far no complaints with that palette. I mean, I'm very confused why no one's talking about it. Like, do people hate Tarte? Is that a thing? Or was there some kind of controversy that I didn't hear about? Or what? Like, nobody's talking about this palette. I don't know why. It's so cute. But, yeah, that looks good. That's blending out pretty well. I like that. Okay, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. Try and make them... I need to still blend it out a little more, like, out here, but I'll come back to that. I'm going to go back in with the red color and kind of do the same thing on this eye. So, it feels weird just doing my makeup in silence here. I never really do a full, like, tutorial type video, only because usually I have, like, a topic or a story or something that I'm talking about as I'm doing my makeup, just to keep it more interesting. But today I really wanted to focus on just, like, giving you guys my thoughts as like, my first impressions of this palette as I worked with it. But now that I've already done one eye, like, I don't have much to add, so, and like I said, I've said this multiple times, and I know that it's, like, not controversial per se, but, like, it's, I understand why people will be unhappy to hear this as a consumer of my videos, like, as a viewer, because I find it annoying as well, but I don't edit my videos, so if it takes a long time, I don't cut big chunks out of my videos because I don't have time. I do work full time, as I've said in other videos. So this YouTube thing is really just a hobby for me, and if I start to dedicate a lot of time into editing and cutting out big chunks and doing an intro and doing the whole thing, like, that takes a lot of time away from my work, and my work honestly is super important to me. I have my own business, so it's very demanding of my time. Even now, like, today is December 23rd, so it's 2 days away from Christmas, and I'm still getting emails and messages and stuff from, like, work-related issues that I have to deal with, and it's like, not really issues, but just, like, coworker, like, I work for, I'm trying not to get too specific about my job, but basically, like, just people with questions, like, nothing, like, bad, but, like, people with questions, that are coming to me looking for answers, and so it's, like, very demanding of my time to try and be, reachable, basically, so I really have to spend a lot of my time on that. Like, 90% of my time goes towards that, and then I kind of figure, like, these videos, I'll just pop them up on YouTube. If anyone wants to watch them, they can. If they're bored as shit, which I totally don't blame you if you are, you can either fast forward until I'm done this eye, or you can just click off. Like, I'm not trying to be a YouTube star. I'm not trying to make this my career. And so for that reason, I really have to prioritize my time. I don't know how you guys feel about time management, but it's something that, like, I feel is very difficult for myself and for a lot of people, especially the older you get and the more responsibilities you have, obviously. Like, I don't have any children yet, but I'm sure people with children really struggle to try and balance, like, you know, work and family and all kinds of things like that. And it's really important to just make sure that you make the best choices possible with how you allot your time. And I'm also not like super into like video editing and video production. I just kind of, I'm into makeup, so I film myself doing makeup and that's about it. Like I'm not into like learning how to edit and learning how to do transitions, and all that stuff is like not my cup of tea anyway, so. Interesting. Okay. It's weird because I don't know if it's the lighting in here. No, I don't even think it is. Like, I feel like when this eye, the browns, I might have put a little more red onto this eye because it's like looking a little warmer, and then this eye's looking really cool. I think it is maybe the lighting in here because you can see my cupboards like look a little different too. Like one looks really bright over here and this one's like dark. So it must just be like the shadows that are going on in my room right now. But okay, so that's kind of looking good. I'm gonna need to blend it out a little more, but I want to switch to a fluffy brush to kind of, with nothing on it, it's a totally clean brush, so I can just buff out kind of those harsh lines around the outside here. I'm just gonna go in and just swirl it around, really blend it out, really diffuse it, so that I get a really nice blended outside corner to all the way over the lid. And I am going to go in with a highlight shade probably on the brow bone, maybe at the end, but we'll see. I'm not sure what color I want to use for that yet. All right, this is good. Time to do this one. Okay. That's pretty good. It's so hard with that shadow. Okay, that kind of shields the shadow a little bit. So it does still look a little more intense on this side. I think I need to maybe blend that out a little more. It's not a huge deal though. I don't need it to be absolutely perfect today. All right. Can always go in later and add a little more. Okay, so here's where I'm at with my look. I'm going to put the Tarte palette aside for a moment and get my Cleona shade. Now, this is my first time using these shades, and I don't know about you guys, but if you're interested in this product, as I am and was, then you probably looked up other videos on YouTube of people like swatching these and whatever, and there's tons and tons and tons of like swatch videos for the Cleona multichromes, but there aren't a lot of videos of people actually applying it to their eye. And I feel like that's something like I'm hoping this video will help with, whether it works out for me or not, whether it's like positive or negative. Like at least you'll get some information on how best to apply it or not. But just because of the nature of the shadows, like they're not, like I was mentioning, they're not really blendable. They're just kind of like, you just kind of like have to, sorry, I have like a piece of eyeshadow on my face. Okay. You kind of just have to like pack it on. You don't like really smudge it out very much. So for that reason, I think I'm going to try and do a bit of a cut crease. It's not, I've only literally ever tried to do a cut crease like once ever. And it's not easy, and it's a weird technique. I think it looks like really dope when it's like done properly, but I haven't really perfected how to do it properly yet. So this might look terrible, so I apologize in advance. Yeah, I just want like to have the most clean like slate for applying the Cleona shadows. So I'm gonna try and do this. Just like that. I never like really properly like learned how to do a cut crease or anything. I've just sort of watched other YouTubers kind of do it, but a lot of them do it off camera. I don't know if you guys have noticed. Like a lot of them are like, oh, I'm just gonna cut my crease and I'll be back. And I'm like, but I want to see how you did that. Like, I don't know how to do that. So at least what I've been doing is I just use my concealer, which is just a drugstore concealer, and go over kind of where the crease is. But it's really hard to even pinpoint. Maybe it's because I'm old and like have like a lot of creases in my eye, but it's kind of hard for me to even find like exactly where to put where the crease line is. And then you have to be careful not to like open your eye super wide right after you do it, because then you get like concealer all over the good part that you finished doing. And it kind of dirties up my concealer wand, but you know what, whatever. I guess I could use a brush, but I never do. Okay, so now I'm gonna try and do this other eye. And trying to make them symmetrical is like also a struggle. Okay. So anyway, this is how I do my cut crease type thing. Probably not the right way, but the thing about makeup is there's not really a right way or a wrong way. Like, if you like how it looks, then it's fine. Okay, that looks fairly even to the other one. Oh, went a little high on that one, but that's okay. Should be fine. Alright, so now I'm just going to let that dry while I blabber on to you guys. It shouldn't take too long to dry because I didn't put a super thick layer. I'm really excited to try these shadows. Well, this shadow, I should say. Now, I'm contemplating whether I should just go in with my finger and like apply it with my finger, or if I should use a brush. If I do use a brush, because like I said, it doesn't really blend, so like a brush is almost like useless. So if I do use a brush, I'm gonna use this one, and it came in my like Urban Decay Naked palette. Like so everyone probably has this brush. It's like the double-ended brush that they give you. One side fluffy and then one side sort of like a pencil brush style, like a thinner, more precise kind of a brush. So if I do use a brush, I'm going to use that thin one to really just pack it on, like dab it on. Like I'm not going to try and fluff it out in any way. Okay. Ugh, I wish I didn't go so high on this eye, but I guess I could fix that later. It's okay. My cut creases are never really cut creases. They're kind of just, I just want like a clean layer underneath the Cleona shadows, but like I may go in and like deepen up the crease again and blend it a little bit, but okay, it's still pretty sticky and wet, so give me a moment here. I'm gonna try and pat some of it off with my finger. And I didn't get the most precise line on this side, but once I put the shadow over, it should be fine. It should be fine. Imagine I just leave it like this and go out. Hey guys. That'd be hilarious. Okay. I'm very impatient, so I think I'm just gonna go for this. I'm just gonna go in with it now. All right, I'm gonna use this brush. We'll see how it goes. It's not picking much up. Okay, so I just relatively light, like I would say I didn't really lightly press it in, but I didn't go and really dig it in. But I don't know if you can see, it's not picking up a whole lot of the shadows on the brush itself. So I may have to change techniques and go in with my finger, because oh, but you know what? Once I put it on the eye, I guess it got a little more on there than I thought. But you can definitely see the black. So these shadows have like a black base, and then like as soon as I start to apply it to the eye, when I run out of that multichrome like stuff, you can kind of just see now it's just going on kind of gray. So you really have to pack these on. Oh, it picked up a lot better that time. So maybe I spoke too soon, because this is going pretty well. This shadow seems to have, like, as I'm putting it on, it looks very, I'm noticing a lot of green in it, like, as one of the colors. So maybe I'll do something like that in, like, on the lower lash line or something like that to tie it in. I'm not sure. On camera, it's looking very pink, but as you can see, if I turn a little bit, yeah, these are really cool shadows. I am so excited to have one in my collection. They're quite pricey, but from what I've heard, and I'm sure if you're watching this video because of the Cleona demonstration, I guess, then I'm sure you've probably seen many other videos where people have demoed these or talked about them, and everybody seems to sort of unanimously agree that they're worth the money even though they're a little bit expensive. So time for me to see for myself. So I am kind of really building this up. Like, I am going in with my brush, patting it on, really pressing it into my eyelid, and then going in for more, like pretty often, way more than I would with another eyeshadow, because like I'm going back every time I sort of pat it on, go back, get some more. So I'm kind of curious how that's gonna impact like the longevity of the shadow, like how long I will actually have it for, because if I'm using this much of it at a go, like I'm wondering if I'm gonna hit pan on this like sooner than I would with a traditional eyeshadow, but I do not know. Okay. Wow, this looks really cool, you guys. I don't know if it's translating very well. I'm going to try and blend a tiny bit into the crease, but I know that they tell you not really to try and blend with these because they're not super blendable, but I just don't want like a super harsh line. Apparently when you start to blend it out, it starts to just lose the color and goes a bit gray, like in the blended areas it goes a bit gray and black because of the base to it, but I don't really mind that if it's just in the crease. I just don't want like my whole lid to obviously look that way, but if it's just in the crease just for the sake of blending it out or whatever, I don't really mind that, and that's why I put those other shades on first as kind of like a background to my canvas here, because I think if you put something this reflective and this metallic all the way up to like where I've put these like reds and browns, if you had taken the Cleona shadow all the way up to there, I think it would be like a little bit too intense. Look at that. It's very like, reminds me of like Game of Thronesy, like dragon-esque kind of a vibe. So that's pretty dope. I like that. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks pretty good for this eye. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Okay. Cool, cool. So I'll just do the other eye now. I'm having a really, I just had a thought and it kind of freaked me out, which is, ooh, I got some concealer on my eye, on my eyelashes, and they're like white now. Oh, jeez. Anyway, no, that wasn't my thought. So my thought was, I don't have a whole lot of space on my computer, and this video might like just crash because like I'll run out of space for storage on my computer. So I really just want to show you guys the application of the Cleona shadow, and I know this video is already getting long. It's like 30 minutes, but so I'm not going to finish the look here. I'm going to go finish the look and then film a second video swatching all of the shades in the Tarte palette for you guys. But yeah, so just in terms of my first impressions, so far I like all of these. No complaints really, like, and they're pretty well, okay, the Cleona one's expensive, right? But this one is pretty affordable, like in terms of you get like 20 shades in here, and they're reasonable sized pans. Like, they're not like mini pans or anything. Like, they're like an average eyeshadow palette size of pan, and it's only like 35 bucks Canadian or something. Like, that's way cheaper than, they released like a holiday palette, Tarte did, the Winter Wonder Glam, I think it's called, and that one's like twice as much money, and I don't know why, because I don't know, this one, I mean, it's it might have a couple more shades in it, the other one, but like not enough to be double the price. Like, this one's like a way better deal, I think. So overall, like, I'm happy with this so far, and that's my hot take for today. But who knows, like, maybe after I use it a little bit more, I might change my mind on that. But all right, so I will see you guys in the next video with my completed look, and for the swatch video of the Tarte shades. If I remember to, I'll probably upload these at the same time, so I'll put like a link to the other video if you want to see those swatches. Hopefully I remember to do that. And otherwise, I will see you guys in the next video. And please like and subscribe. Okay, that's all. Bye.